more product today. So I got the Egyptian god deck Obelisk the Tormentor. So in this structure deck, we got a couple cards in here that I didn't really pay too much attention to when the structure deck came out. I try not to look at it too much. I'll let you guys get a quick brief look at that back. And then I'm going to get straight into it. The only card I know that came in here was Nimble Mamunga. Because that card was getting memed when like the structure deck first got announced. And people were like, why is that card back in here? But I have in the links up in the cards above, I have Slifer linked up there because I did the Slifer on this channel, but I just couldn't find the Obelisk at the time. But now I have it. So eventually, the box looks like detail on the box. Always look good. Definitely have that linked up above, but definitely gonna have to put these structure decks to the test. I've showed this map before. Play mat. Obelisk on this side, Slifer on this side. Whichever you preferred. I feel like both are pretty dope. If I had to lean towards one, I'd probably lean towards Slifer just because I'm a Yugi guy. Most people that like Obelisks are Kaiba guys, so I'm not even gonna waste any more time. I'm gonna get straight into this structure deck. See what it holds. Yu-Gi-Oh card. 3 of them, of course. But yeah, we're gonna get straight into these. So of course the big boy card of them all, Obelisk The Tormentor. Yep. So I mean, if you haven't seen this card before, I mean, it's so many different versions of them, but for this one, requires 3 tributes to normal summon. Cannot be normal set. This card's normal summon cannot be negated. When normal summon cards effects cannot be activated. Neither player can target this card with card effects. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was special summoned, send it to the graveyard. You can tribute 2 monsters, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. This card cannot declare an attack the turn this effect is activated. So Obelisk, can't go wrong with that. I've covered this card before in the Slifer one, so Soul Crossing. This card is kind of like a way to get the God card out on the field because you can tribute other cards your opponent's cards. So this card really is a gift and a curse because if somebody else is playing against you with that structure deck too, they might use this against you. But I mean, these are the cards that really are driving people towards these structure decks besides Harpy's Feather Duster, so Soul Crossing, as well as Fist of Faith. So this is Obelisk's version of it. It's basically like if you control a monster whose original name is Obelisk, negate the effect of 1 monster your opponent controls. If you do, destroy it. So kind of like you can clear the board in a way. Slifer had the same one. His was like kind of like a play off of Blue Eyes, like Blue Eyes Split Stream. I forget the name, but it was kind of like that. And then Divine Evolution. This card wasn't in the Slifer one if I could remember. This card activation effect cannot be negated. Choose 1 monster you control whose original type is Defiant Beast or whose is the Wicked Avatar. So Divine Evolution. So this one is, I think, exclusive to the Obelisk one because I don't remember seeing this one in the Slifer one. If I'm wrong, sorry about that, but I don't remember seeing that one. Level resist the wall. I don't remember seeing this one either. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, take 1 of those monsters. Special summon monsters from your deck in defense position so they can combine. So their combined levels equal the level of that monster, but negate their effects. You only use the effect of 1 per turn. Dang. So this card low-key is... I'm just going to leave it at that. Because this card low-key, if you use it right... Okay. Angel 01. So, Mare. So, we're starting to get into some of the monsters. And then the card that everybody else was looking at, Harpy's Feather Duster. Destroy all spells and traps in your opponent controls. So, outside of these structure decks, I'm definitely going to use these in my Harpy. So, I have a full play set. Because these cards, like I said before on this channel, I play a Harpy deck. So, this card right here is definitely crucial to a Harpy. Not even just a Harpy's deck, but just in general. This card is very powerful. Now here we go into the card that was getting memed. So this one is this card is specific to the Obelisk as well as the Disciple of Ra. So Nimble Mamunga. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard or gain 1,000 life points, then you can special summon any number of Nimble Mamungas from your deck and face down defense position. Sorry about that. So you get a play set of Nimble Momonga. And then Bazoo the Soul Eater. Once per turn, you can banish up to 3 monsters from your graveyard. This card gains 300 for each until the end of your opponent's turn. So you can power this card up pretty well. Kind of some loose leads in my opinion. I don't know where Cyber Dragon fits in this deck, but I mean, he's in a lot of structure decks nowadays, so it's only fitting that they put him back in this one. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So nothing wrong with these type of cards. What I would like to see in the future with these structure decks, or what they could have went in the direction with this, they definitely could have, in a way, made them more unique in a way, if I could say. Because, I mean, it is some cards in here that are unique to it, like the spells and stuff. But, I mean, in a certain way, like, making these structure decks well worth it. Because, I mean, it's getting to a point to where they're kind of recycling these big cards in a way. So to have these really starting to make them more unique makes the feel much more effort. How do I put it? Makes the feeling much more worth it. I guess you could say much more worth it in that circumstance. But I'm going to get into that while I keep talking. Sorry about it. Hardened Armor Dragon. That's different. Super Nimble Mega Hamster. Okay. Evil Swarm. Photon Saber Tiger. 2 of them. Evil Swarm. Salamandra. And then we get a playset of Rise Disciple. This card actually, in my opinion, is pretty good. This is one of the better cards in this structure deck. When this card is summoned, you can special summon up to 2 raw disciples from your hand or your deck. Cannot be tributed, except for the tribute summon of Slifer, the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, or Winged Dragon of Ra. You cannot special summon monsters except for the effective Raw's Disciple. If you did not know, there is 3 God cards. So there's 2 structure decks for one. So here's the Obelisk one. I did the Slifer one. Like I said, I have that up in the cards. And then there's Winged Dragon of Ra. But Winged Dragon of Ra does not have a structure deck. So you could, in a way, grab a Winged Dragon of Ra and make your own structure deck with that card, which is pretty dope. But this card is actually good. I was watching Destin Rivals. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but I love that channel. I was watching them, and they had he had a strategy with the Raw's Disciples, so which was a really good strategy to show you how to get it out and everything. The strategy was really good. So this, like I said, this is one of the better cards in the structure deck. This is very important. That's why you get 3 of them. Like Nimble Momonga, that card is okay, but this card is definitely good. Like, this card is the key to getting Obelisk out, in my opinion, in the structure deck. Unmasked Dragon. Nimble Beaver. So we got like a little Nimble concept. Sorry about that. So we got like a little Nimble concept going on. Condemned Witch. The Festive Fox of Fidency? Okay. One of them big monsters. So, you know, we need some of those in here. And then we're getting to our spells. Brain Control. Monster Reborn. Different Dimension Capsule. So this is another way to get Obelisk out, in my opinion. Banish 1 card from your deck face down. After this card's activation, it remains on the field. Destroy this card during your second standby phase. After activating this card, if you do, add the banished card to your hand. So what you could do is get it out. So what you could do is banish that, hide it, then you get it back. Boom. Something you could do with that. Pot of Rice. One of the better pot cards. I like this one. I play this one a whole lot. Double summon. You can conduct 2 normal summons set this turn, not just 1. Really good card. Forbidden Chalice. Can't go wrong with forbidden cards. So we got Forbidden Chalice. This is an iconic card, but I'll still read it for you guys. Target 1 face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target gains 400 attack, but its effects are negated. So at the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, when Yu-Gi-Oh first started to play, this card was very strong. But when so many monsters having so many effects that are important nowadays, in a situation where you would play this card with 400 attack, or that card has like an effect that matters, you gotta pick your poison with this card nowadays. But back in the day when you were playing this, like early Yu-Gi-Oh, that card worked out very well because it wasn't a lot of cards that had too many crazy effects. It was just really just who had the bigger monster. So target one face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target loses 800 attack, but is unaffected by effects or other spells or traps. So that's Lance, Forbidden Lance, and then we have Forbidden Dress. Target one face-up monster in the field until the end of this turn. The target loses 600 attack, but cannot be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. So Lance looks like it is just a little bit better than Dress by 200, but it's effective spells and traps. So I mean, these still get you get a little variety with those cards. Supply Squad. Once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by a battle or draw one card. Supply Squad is always pretty good. Can't go wrong with that. Monarch Stormforth. Call of the Haunted has to be in here, you know that. Cloning. When your opponent normal or flip summons a monster that has a level, target the face-up monster special summon one clone token with the same original type attribute, level, attack, and defense as target. When a target is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, destroy this token. So I'm honestly, I don't really use tokens too much because I'm not really a huge big fan of tokens. Tokens are cool when it comes to it. It's a couple tokens. Spirit Charmers had tokens, which was pretty cool. That's dope. But tokens really aren't my thing. But tokens do come in handy. I will say that for sure. But yeah, so this was the structure deck Obelisk the Tormentor. This one compared to the Slifer one, I might have to. They're very close. I say they're close just because of the God cards, as well as where is it? Ra's Disciple. Ra's Disciple is the card that has me drawn between. I can't really give it to Slifer at the same time. But which one do I think would win? I have to go. I think I'm gonna go with Slifer. I think I would have to go with Slifer. I think Slifer has the little bit of edge, but don't get it wrong. I still think Obelisk. If you play 2 out of 3, I still think Slifer has the edge, but Obelisk is not too far behind him with the Disciple of Ra and the combos that you can do with this deck. I feel like I can do more combos with the Obelisk Tormentor deck than the Slifer deck. So who sees? Who knows? So I'm definitely going to have these go up against each other. And then in a future video, I'll let you guys know how that went. So that is my opening of Yu-Gi-Oh's Egyptian God deck, Obelisk the Tormentor. Stacking up against the Slifer. They're pretty good structure decks to play out the box. Who knows how they perform. And I'm not going to hold this video up any more longer. As well as, if you got to the end, make sure you like and subscribe and comment for more on this channel. More is coming. We have more Yu-Gi-Oh coming. We have more Pokemon. Don't worry for the people out there that like either one. If you come here for either one and not for both, there's going to be much more for everybody around here. Just a guy that really likes cards and stuff like that. So I really don't want to just stick myself to one as of right now. Once things start to open back up, I'll stick to one more than the other. Probably Yu-Gi-Oh more than the other, to be honest. But it's so hard to find cards, so I have to work with what I have because I want to open stuff up, and I love opening packs. But without me ranting, I'm going to get out of here. My name is Takame Love Anime, and this is a video for Obelisk the Tormentor structure deck. See you later. Peace.